The Quincy Free Public Library and Reading Room, designed in 1888 by the Chicago firm of Patton and Fisher, cost $45,000 to construct. This two-story Richardsonian Romanesque library has a circular corner tower that rises to 3 stories and overlooks Washington Park. The Richardsonian Romanesque style was popular for public and commercial buildings in the late 1880s and early 1890s due to the strong, dominant feel the heavy masonry structures evoked. Demonstrating the characteristics of the style, the building is of rugged stone with slate roofing and copper outside finishing that unites the idea of architectural beauty with that of stability. Ornamental iron railings and stone supports are intact at the entrance, although the massive double doors probably date from 1929, when Quincy architect Ernest M. Wood designed the utilitarian stucco one-story and basement addition at the rear. A drinking fountain was added as a memorial for a once famous war hero, Brigadier General Henry Root Hill, who was killed in World War I. He was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for gallantry in action and was buried with full military honors at Woodland Cemetery. His mother, who lived in the Newcomb Hotel across the street, would watch from her sitting room the activities that the fountain attracted. The capacity of the stack, or book room, is 20,000 volumes, but in 1935 the entire library held 51,000 volumes on its shelves. Included in this were popular and valuable books, literary, scientific, art, and juvenile papers, along with periodicals, a complete list of leading magazines and dailies and weeklies of the country. The reference room contained the latest and best dictionaries of biography and dates, as well as languages, encyclopedias, manuals, and other general reference works. The second floor has a large room, formerly the library reading room, that has a tongue-and-groove wood vaulted ceiling, and it remains one of the finest interiors in the city. The room now houses a stained glass exhibit from demolished churches. The library had a long history, starting with the Quincy Library Association that was organized in 1841 by a small number of enthusiastic men and women, with a select collection of books numbering at 735. Steadily, it began to grow and moved 5 times since its establishment. In 1887, a meeting of the stockholders of the Library Association was held in which it was proposed that the Quincy Library and the Reading Room combine their funds to erect a permanent building to house the library. It also suggested that the city appropriate not less than $5,000 each year for the maintenance of the library. Now, with the need of a permanent building, Mrs. Sarah Denman offered to donate $5,000 toward an endowment fund if others would make up the rest of the $20,000 that would be needed for the maintenance of the library. The rest of the funds were quickly secured. The Quincy Free Public Library was the 6th location of the public library in Quincy and was erected by private subscription in 1889 with a lease to the city for 99 years. The library was opened on May 31st with around 5,000 people in attendance at the cornerstone ceremony. Also for the occasion, 500 students sang America to honor the new library. For citizen convenience, the Quincy Free Public Library and Reading Room was open to all citizens, free of charge, on all days throughout the year unless otherwise ordered by the Board of Directors. After it was opened, the public had much praise for it, with the newspapers saying that it was a, quote, crowning glory, not only on account of its architectural beauty and perfection, but because of its significance, because of what it represents in this community. It typifies advance. The library operated in this stone building until 1974, when the space constraints required the library to move to a larger, modern building at 6th and Jersey. Quincy philanthropist John Willis Gardner III bought the property and founded the Gardner Museum of Architecture and Design to increase awareness and appreciation of the architectural and design heritage of Quincy. After adaptive reuse of the interior, the museum opened in 1977. The Quincy Free Public Library was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1983 as a contributing part of the Downtown Quincy Historic District. This Historic Quincy Business District podcast was produced by WGEM. Special thanks to the Gardner-Denver Museum of Architecture and Design, the Historical Society of Quincy and Adams County, and Quincy Preserves for providing information. For more information, you can visit www.downtownquincy.com or walk to the HQBD office at 128 North 5th Street. I'm WGEM's Rich Kane.